Alright, we got a brand new ban list here from Konami. This is for the TCG, and I'm excited. I know everyone's going to want to come here and say, Yo, Riley, what do you think of the new ban list? First of all, fuck, my hair should be banned. Dude, perfect. Maybe not. Alright. Whatever. We'll deal. So, as a consummate Yu-Gi-Oh! Professional, I am very capable of talking about this ban list and talking about the hits that Konami has decided to bring down upon the scourge of the metagame. So first of all, we have Artifact Scythe here. Yeah, okay, I could see why they wanted to ban this. I've heard a lot of people talking about Scythe, and I think overall this is probably going to be a good ban. I mean, look at the card art though, come on. Can you really ban a card art that looks that cool? Come on. But yeah, I mean, I get it, you know. It's a free special summon from back row. Like, that's pretty good. It also has some other kind of effect, but just the free special summon that you get when it gets destroyed. I mean, it's really good insurance against, like, MST, so I'd say it's a good hit. I think it just punishes the use of stuff like MST and Dust Tornado a bit too much. So, we'll see. I'm getting punished. Jesus. Alright, there we go. A big-ass forehead. Alright, next up we got Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds. Now that is an old GX card. Okay, so this is already banned in the OCG. This is actually a Cyberdark Impact card, which, ooh, man, that was a hell of a set. Man, they're banning a Cyberdark Impact card. So, looking at this, neither player can special summon monsters except wind monsters. I guess I could see that being useful. What I'm used to playing against at a tournament level would be not normally wind, honestly. Like, you might get the odd Harpy deck, or maybe like a Speedroid deck. I could see maybe playing this, but I'm pretty sure they lock you into Wind Machine, so yeah, I don't really know about this one. I'm not sure if there's some big deck that is playing this right now, but I guess there has to be. I don't know. Okay, scrolling down, let's see. Tearlament's Kit Catlos. Okay, I think I've heard of this, actually. So, let's look at this. Okay, so this is another one that's already banned in the OCG. I have heard of this archetype, and I don't know. I mean, like, it has a search on it, either to hand or graveyard. I don't know why we'd send it to the graveyard, then you can't use it. Like, obviously you want it in your hand. Then target a monster you control, special summon one from hand or graveyard, and send the target monster to the graveyard. So there's no real advantage there, because you're sending the thing to the graveyard to get a new one on the field, so there's no real advantage to that, I don't think. And if it's sent to the graveyard by card effect, send top 5 cards of deck to graveyard. Again, that's like Needlebug Nest. Like, you're just sending all your cards to the graveyard. Why would you want that? Fair enough. I mean, apparently it's a good deck, so what do I know? Okay, let's see. Sprite Elf. Sprite Elf? Okay, so this is clearly like a play extender. You can bring monsters back from the graveyard. And beyond that, I mean, it seems fine. You can't use it as link material to turn this link summon, so I'm not sure what else you would do with it past that. I guess it's a fair ban. I've never played this deck, so who knows? Okay, moving down. Let's see. Okay, so we're out of bans. That's the ban list, right? Yeah, these are all banned. So moving on to limits. Agido. Agido? Dude, I mean, you talk about Barrier Statue being a GX card. This is a DM card. Okay, so clearly built for fairy decks. And I mean, it brings a monster back from grave when it's destroyed. By battle, specifically. But it is a die roll effect. You have to have a good variance of fairy levels in order to actually get consistent value off this effect. And even if this is considered broken, your opponent could just run something like Dice Try to stop it. You know, I think sideboarding is really tough on this card, so I don't know if they really needed to limit it. Okay, moving down. Kelbeck. Kelbeck, really? Okay, similar kind of thing here, Dark Crisis card, and it's basically just Wall of Illusion, except with less defense. So, I don't know, man. Maybe there's some kind of, like, Earth Fairy thing going on I don't know about. Yeah, I mean, I could see it. If there's, like, an Earth Fairy thing going on, I guess I could see this being a thing. But, you know, you could just run Wall of Illusion. Or Gravekeeper's Guard, you know? But, hey, it is what it is. I trust Konami, you know, I think they really do have a good idea about what they need to do for the good of the meta. Okay, here we go. Keldo. Keldo. I think I know that card. Okay, this one I can kind of see, because being able to put 2 cards from your opponent's graveyard back into... Oh, it's only opponents? I was gonna say if this is your cards, putting them back in your deck would be good, because you're able to recycle them and keep playing, but... This is just giving your opponent more cards to use. It has to be destroyed by battle, too. I don't know. Maybe if, like, you could do it with either graveyard, and maybe if it was, like, more cards, maybe, like, 3 cards, like, you know, maybe if you use it from field or hand, maybe I could see that, but I honestly just think this is a little odd, you know? I think this has enough restrictions to where it's fine. And Mudora. Alright, another Dark Crisis Fairy here. So, Mudora, it can get out of control really fast. This attack gain effect actually is pretty good. Maybe this is why they banned Kit Katlos, because you can just, like, mill a bunch of cards when it leaves the field, so you can mill up and fill your grave with fairies, and make this guy really strong. So I could kind of see maybe, like, a Tearlament thing with this kind of Earth Fairy thing going on, if that's the game plan. So maybe I could see that, but I don't know why they would ban Kit Katlos if that was the case. Why not just ban this? And they didn't even ban this, they limited it. I don't know. I mean, I could see it though. Like, normally you don't want stuff to go to the graveyard, so I guess I could see this card actually being pretty good, because it sort of, negates the negatives of having stuff go to the graveyard. So, you know, I could see this being limited and that being good for the metagame. Okay, moving down. Oh, god, a little trifecta here. Tearlament's Havness. Okay, let's see. So this card can special summon from hand if your opponent activates a monster effect, and if it's sent to the grave by a card effect, you can fusion summon by putting stuff on the bottom of your deck. So again, it has the drawback of sending cards from your deck to the graveyard, which I guess that's why it has such an easy summoning condition of your opponent activating an effect on field. That fusion effect's pretty good. Just being able to fusion summon, like you could bring out... Oh, Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Maybe could use this, because that requires 2 dark monsters. So, I could see that. I could see that being a play. Yeah. Yeah, that's a fair limit, I'd say. Okay, let's see. The next one is Merly. Okay, on normal or special, send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. So that's just a flat downside to summoning it, so it's got to have a pretty good effect beyond that. Sent to graveyard by card effect, you can special summon. So it's the same thing. It's basically the same thing, except it just has a flat-out negative thing of normal or special. So I think Havness is just much better than this. It does have Magician of Faith stats, which, you know, 2k defenders, they have their place in the meta. But I don't know. I think this is I mean, that fusion effect is good. I already mentioned, like, Starving Venom turbo plays. I think they are probably what is causing this, this to be a problem. But I don't know. Do I really think this is necessary? With the drawback of the normal or special Mill 3, I think it's fine. I don't think Konami need to go this hard on this. Okay, and Sheeran. Okay, so, man. It's like the tricky for summoning condition, but it still has that drawback, you know, milling 3. And then the same thing, you can fusion summon. Now, I actually have a copy of this one, as you can see right there. And, you know, I think Konami might be just trying to, like, bring the price down on this card so I can't flip it for a big value, but if that's the case, well played, Konami, because, man, that's gonna sting. Okay, moving down. Let's see. I guess that's all the tier limit. Oh, Ancient Fairy Dragon. I heard this was getting an errata. Something about... It's probably like a hard once per turn, and... I don't know. Maybe like you can't activate whatever field spell you search after you search it, the turn you search it. I don't know. I don't really think that's worth going into. That's already been news for months now. And that's it for the limits. No semi-limits. And down here, and I can confirm it here. From now on, every deck is going to be Yatagarasu Turbo. What were you thinking, Konami?